Hey, welcome to Divine Code, and we have a great topic today. It's a question that you may have heard before, but why do we have earthquakes and famines and floods and fires? Why does God use those things on the children of men if he's a loving God? And before we begin, I want to show you one of my favorite pictures of Christ. And I love this picture. This quote comes from Elder James E. Faust. He was an apostle. And it shows Christ. He is full of love and compassion, and he is close by. But sometimes it might not feel like that when bad things happen in our lives. So let's talk about why we have those things. In fact, about 3 days ago, I actually had someone that said to me, if your God is so wonderful, why is he vengeful? And why would he want to show his power just to get us to worship him with earthquakes and floods and fires and famines and things like that? And that might be a question to answer. So luckily, in this week's study, Helaman 13 through 16, we find the answer, and it's in chapter 14, verses 28 through 30, and it's a great answer. It says why Christ would use these things with the children of men. So let's go ahead and get right into reading. I'm going to read the scriptures right to you, and we'll talk about them a little bit. So here we go. And the angel said unto me, that ye shall see greater things than these. And it was talking about earthquakes and thunderings and lightnings in the few verses right before this. To the intent that they might believe. These signs and these wonders should come to pass upon all the face of the land, to the intent that there should be no cause for unbelief among the children of men. And this to the intent that whosoever will believe might be saved. So in other words, Christ is saying, you know what? If the only way I can get your attention is to send lightning and thunder and hurricanes and earthquakes and famine and floods and fires, if that's the only way I can get your attention to look and believe and be saved, okay, I guess we'll do it. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in a way that there's no doubt that it's coming from me. Let's go on. And that whosoever will not believe, a righteous judgment might come upon them. And also, if they are condemned, they bring upon themselves their own condemnation. In other words, they're fully in choice. There's been enough evidence. So here's the end. For behold, ye are free. You are permitted to act for yourselves. For behold, God has given unto you a knowledge, and he has made you free. He's given you agency to decide what you're going to do with the information that he gives you and the invitation. And so Christ, the earthquakes, the thunderings, and all those things, they're not to be cruel. They're not to be vengeful. They're not to show his power. The real reason is to get us to finally look and maybe think about things and accept him as the Savior, to get us back on the right path so that we will look to him and be saved, so that he can give us everything that he has. That's why he uses earthquakes and thunders and lightning and famines and fires and floods. It's for us, because some of us need it to get really loud and dramatic before we will look and listen. Thank you so much.